It's Friday morning at Cranfield Aerodrome and student pilot Ray Edwards is just doing some routine checks on the plane before another lesson. He started learning to fly in March this year and already instructor Mike Willoughby thinks he's got potential.
He came to Cranfield for a trial flying lesson. He was obviously keen on learning to fly and just wanted to see how he would get on, how he would manage with the controls. And we went up for an hour and just around the local area over Milton Keynes, and he got on really well. I was quite surprised.
However, Ray's no ordinary student pilot. He lost all his limbs 21 years ago after contracting a type of cancer called Hodgkin's lymphoma. The chemotherapy weakened his immune system and that led to septicemia, but he has since rebuilt his life.
I was 32 years old when I lost my arms and legs. March, Friday the 13th that was. And it wasn't something I realised, but I cut my hand on a building job at March the 1st, and pretty poorly that night. And then I realised that I don't think I could stand up. So I was rushed to Princess Margaret of Windsor, where they pumped me, I think it must have been Domestos, to kill all known germs. And unfortunately renal failure was happening, so by blue light they took me to Hammersmith because I was on renal ward. And unfortunately gangrene was setting in, and March, Friday the 13th, they amputated my hands and my feet to save my life. I knew about my hands because in the bed I just felt in and out of consciousness that there was two wooden blocks on the end of my arms. But I never knew about my legs. My father told me 2 days later that it's not just your hands they've taken off, son, it's your legs.
For all that, Ray is not a man to be put off by an obstacle. Just because he hasn't got his own arms and legs doesn't mean he can't have a go at driving and flying. He aims to be the first solo quad amputee pilot in the world.
Getting into the plane the first time was like putting a ship in a bottle, because I've not got the movement as I would have if I was able-bodied. So when the door was open pilot side, I got in and then he fell out the other side. So I have to realise that I have to get in the plane properly. So I've learnt that, and then suddenly Mike, who is my sort of trainee pilot, he's fantastic, he loves it, my guy who's in charge. He said, just take your time. Now remember, it must be odd for him to see a guy with no arms and legs trying to be a pilot for a start. And we've had about 4 or 5 lessons, and I think over those times I've realised that this is something I love. And the first takeoff and, you know, watching it go up, and when you're got the plane and you're in control and flying it, that is an awesome feeling. And even though I haven't got the sense of touch, the eyes become my sense, and I feel I'm in control. I can feel the plane. It's lovely. It's really lovely.
Ah, fantastic, isn't it, Michael? It is, love it. Love it. We'll go on holiday now, shall we?
He wants to fly a plane on his own. He's you know, really keen about it, very enthusiastic. And I think that will help a lot as well. Obviously, if he was for some reason doing it as just as an end in itself, it probably wouldn't work. But he's you know, he's really enthusiastic about it, and that's, you know, if he's determined enough, which he is, it seems to be, then I'm sure he'll get there.
So where is the runway now? It should be straight ahead soon, shouldn't it? Yeah, it's over that way. Over to the left. Yeah, hold up. Let's get up.
Ray is a pioneer. He's not just pushing himself, he's pushing the frontiers of science. He's recently become the first NHS patient to be fitted with a revolutionary bionic hand or eye-limb.
If you had your normal hand, your muscles on your arm are opening and closing your hand, your wrist. So therefore, I've had the amputation just below the elbow, but my brain, the nerves in the brain haven't been taken away. So my nerve says that I've still got a hand, so therefore that's why I can open and close this, because my nerve endings are telling the muscles to open and close the myoelectric hand. And it's quite amazing that it can be done still.
It's all a far cry from those early days when Ray was in hospital coming to terms with the loss of both arms and legs.
One doctor, Dr. Redhead, came and sat on my bed and said, "Ray, what was the matter?" I said, "Well, quite honestly, I'm a human being and it's not talk at me, talk to me and understand." And he got me on the road of getting an electric wheelchair and helping me out, and then they first put an arm on me, and then we started a rebuild process, you know, starting to learn to walk and do things. And then the trouble is I didn't like myself, so I was bitter inside.
Although he's been happily married to his second wife Fiona since 1992 with 2 daughters, Nicola and Taya, he's been through some dark days. Fiona remembers her mum's doubts about them getting married.
There's just something about him that's just appealing. I don't know, everybody says it. You just sort of fall for somebody because of who they are, the whole package. Because I remember my mum said to me, oh God, when she met him, she said, oh, someone with a disability, never thought you'd take that on. But I don't look at it that way. I look at it as him, and his disability is something that just happens to be there.
Oh, the wind in the hair. Here we go.
Not content with his aim to be the first quad amputee to fly solo, Ray's taken on yet another challenge. This time he and his daughter Nicola are taking part in a sponsored bike ride to raise money for the Limbless Association and the Queen Elizabeth Foundation.
What number are you on?
2. Do you want it on 1?
Yeah.
Ray's life has been full of hurdles and adversity, and it's a tribute to his determination and spirit that he has come through it all.
When I was in hospital losing my arms and legs, and I just thought that's it, life had ended. But now I'm here talking to you. I'm glad I've gone through that road. I'm so proud of that, and I suppose that's why when I stand up in front of people and talk about life, no wonder people listen, because I'm amazed I've gone through it myself. And I've always said, if you look through a crystal ball and you could see the future, I would have shot myself. I would have really wanted out. But now I haven't, and looking back, I'm here to stay now, I tell you.
Come on.
I'm doing the best I can, my love.
No, you're not.